The entire EV market is in the red today, and as an investor with over $500,000 invested specifically in the Chinese EV market, I thought I'd give you my take on what's going on. All of the Chinese EV companies are down big time over the last couple of days, and even Tesla, after great news that they secured a tax exemption on new made-in-China Model Y vehicles ahead of production, was down about 2% at one point today as well. Some people are wondering if this is an EV bubble and stock prices are finally dropping back down to reality, or if it's just a temporary pullback presenting a great buying opportunity for long-term investors. So in today's video, I'm going to go over the two key events that are happening later this week for XPeng and NIO that you need to keep an eye out for, because they will have dramatic effects on the stock price in the short term and in the long term. After that, I'll go over a big announcement from Tesla regarding their production in the China market, and at the end of the video I'm going to go over this EV bubble people are talking about and stock price predictions for companies like NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto into the future. For those of you who are new here, my name is Michael. I'm a 21-year-old investor, entrepreneur, and full-time college student. In the last 30 days, I made over $172,000 in one of the many investment accounts I share with you guys in our private community on Patreon. We only have a couple of spots left because I speak directly with each and every single one of you. So if you'd like to know more about what stocks I'm buying, what stocks I'm selling in my personal accounts, and you want exclusive content that I don't share on YouTube, well then make sure to go ahead and check that out using the link down below. But anyways, let's get into NIO, XPeng, and the Chinese EV market in general. NIO and XPeng are set to have very important weeks because both companies will be announcing their November delivery numbers. After the recent run-up that these stocks have had, it will be very important that we see consistent growth in their delivery numbers, and at a bare minimum, we'll need to see that they delivered at least more vehicles this month than they did last month. NIO delivered 5,055 vehicles in October of 2020, which was an increase of about 100% year over year. XPeng delivered 3,040 vehicles in October of 2020, which was a 229% increase year over year. So in order to justify their valuations, we're going to need to see these consistent growth numbers every single month, every single quarter for years to come. So bottom line is that we will need to see these numbers improve, and depending on how much these numbers go up or if they go down, it will present huge opportunities for investors. On top of NIO and XPeng having really important weeks, Tesla also had a big announcement that just came out with the China EV market, because they just secured a tax exemption on new made-in-China Model Y vehicles ahead of production in their factory. China's Ministry of Industry and Information Technology has placed Tesla's Shanghai-made Model Y on a list that grants new energy vehicles exemption from purchase tax, which is about 10% tax. So basically, the Chinese government gave Tesla the go-ahead to start selling their Model Y electric sport utility vehicle in China as soon as possible. The approval comes just 3 months after Tesla began accepting Chinese pre-orders for their Model Y cars, and Tesla is expected to produce these vehicles at their Shanghai plant as early as next year. Okay, so now let's talk stock prices and what people are calling an EV bubble right now. First, many people are worried that the EV market, especially the Chinese EV market, is a bubble. And while NIO is up over 1,200% year to date and XPeng is up over 180% in the last month alone, I personally don't think the Chinese EV market is a bubble at all. The way I look at it is, like I've said before, that all cars are transitioning to be electric vehicles. By 2025, China wants to have 25% of all their vehicles sold to be electric, and around the world, I only see this trend increasing until eventually all cars, 100% of vehicles, are going to be sold that are going to be electric. Major automakers are already seeing this trend too and are moving up their timelines to focus more on electric vehicles and less on gasoline and combustion engine vehicles. Right now, companies like NIO, XPeng, Li Auto, and Tesla simply cannot produce enough electric cars to meet the demand moving forward. China sold a total of 25 million vehicles, that's all vehicles, in 2019, and this number is only going to increase. To put this into perspective, Tesla is forecasted to sell 500,000 vehicles total all across the globe this year. So right now, if you just look at the demand in the China EV market, the companies like NIO, XPeng, Li Auto, Tesla, they're going to need to produce significantly more vehicles than they are right now to be able to meet the demand. They're going to have to 10x how many vehicles they're producing right now. Bottom line is that I think NIO, XPeng, Li Auto, and Tesla are all great investments long term. I think it's smart to invest in each of the companies in the Chinese EV market, specifically NIO, XPeng, and Li Auto, because these are the three main players right now, the three main China-based EV companies. They're all focusing on different segments of the market. Some are focusing on autonomous vehicles, luxury vehicles, lower-end vehicles. So in my opinion, it's best to just invest in all three, because ultimately we don't know which ones of these China EV companies are going to come out on top. So anyways, don't forget, you can get 4 free stocks valued each up to $1,600 when you download the Webull investing app using the link down below. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time.